happen, but they're slightly more likely. Or the odds
That's how I live, at least.
It doesn't work. Wow, you live on the edge. What is up, everybody, and welcome into the pregame lounge here at DNVR, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Download it now, because guess who's back?
Yeah,
Superstar.
Eric Weedham, I'm back from last game.
Yeah, you are back. Superstar Dev. Superstar Dev, hopefully here to give us some winners. He's 7-0 in his last 7 bets, so we'll see if the weekend. We'll see if he still has the momentum going. We're also going to talk about Austin Rivers. Did Austin Rivers anybody? Troy Daniels, maybe? Gerald Green? There's some players available in Denver that could really push them over the top. We're going to talk about them. And then we're going to talk about the seeding because I don't know if you guys have looked. There looks like a matchup that might be inevitable or getting closer to inevitable. We're going to talk about that. But first, we have to start with game notes. The Nuggets are in Golden State to take on the Warriors. Jamal Murray, we don't know the headline. Is he back? I don't know. Let me ask Harrison. I haven't even asked. Can you believe, guys, we haven't talked about this once since we went live?
Yeah, Jamal Murray's back tonight.
Oh, he's back!
On national TV. He's back in the starting lineup. I know the applause going crazy in the bar for Jamal Murray.
They love news.
Yeah. He's back in the starting lineup against his favorite player, Steph Curry, alongside Will Barton, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic. For the Warriors.
Fantastic five right there, man.
The fantastic five. For the Warriors, Kelly Oubre is out. James Wiseman is out. They got a bunch of injuries. So I think they're starting Kevon Looney at center against Nikola Jokic tonight. Michael Malone pregame. He was asked about Michael Porter Jr.'s game the other night. Of course, he goes 1 of 12 from 3 against Boston last night. He said he thought a lot of those were great looks, open looks. I think sometimes he rushes and is off balance, but we want him shooting if he's open. So no real criticism of Porter's game last night. Malone just wants him to keep shooting. The other interesting thing that I thought Malone said...
Yeah, for real. That's so funny.
Yeah, for sure. Another interesting thing that Malone said that I thought was notable. Tonight is the Nuggets' 6th game in 9 days. He thinks there's some fatigue setting in, and he was really pushing this forward. We need our bench to come in and stabilize us every single night. We need a better effort from our bench, obviously, going forward.
I think he's right about that. I wonder if he mixes it up tonight. Paul Millsap hasn't been playing second night of back-to-backs.
Right.
I wonder if he maybe tries something different tonight because of that. It's a good excuse at least to say, hey, back-to-back, we're not playing you. So
I'd be very surprised if Paul Millsap was playing tonight.
Really?
Yeah, because a couple days ago when I asked him, Malone was like, yeah, we'll look to get Paul some rest on back-to-backs. We'll look to shuffle guys in and out. So this being a back-to-back, the poor game that Millsap played the other night, I think this definitely signals a rest night for him.
Is it weird looking with Jokic's head directly above my head? I always thought it was over my shoulder like the good angel, but it's kind of like
to
my
me,
head, his head.
It's a nice option of where you can look when you're talking.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, like when you're looking at you talking, it's like, I've kind of had enough of this, but then just let your eyes go up just a little bit.
What are you looking for tonight in the game, Eric?
I'm looking for Jamal Murray to come back and restore a little order that starting unit, make it completely dominant so that the bench matters, but not that much. I don't want to rely on our bench. I want
Golden State, also a bad bench.
Yeah.
Golden State, a bad roster, really, outside of Steph Curry and Draymond Green.
I just want to see our starters just lay waste to the Golden State Warriors so then Michael Malone can have his precious tinker time and not have it cut into a victory.
What about you, Dev?
I think I'm looking forward to, just seeing Jamal Murray get back in the flow and how the Nuggets could look with him. They played the last few games without their point guard, and they were winning games. Also, I want to just basically calm everyone back down. This is still the Nuggets team that they have been, and they've been winning. One game does not say they're still not this really, really good team. So I think that today is about calming everyone back down, also, especially with it being a nationally televised game.
Yeah. So on those lines, we're watching right now in the background. We got Philadelphia, Dallas on. Embiid, 36 points in the third quarter. He looks like he's could get a 50-piece tonight. Do you feel like it's important, Eric, for Jokic to come out tonight and follow that up with his own great game? Not saying 50 points, but
do I personally think it's important that Nikola Jokic solidifies my bet for him to win an MVP? Yes, I do. Does he care? No, he does not care.
He does not care.
So I don't know that it matters what I think. I don't think he cares. I just think the Nuggets want to come out and smack the Warriors, however that may look. I think There's probably going to be another big assist night from Nikola Jokic. I have a hard time imagining him coming out and being the aggressor when he has all three of his weapons alongside him. But, I mean, so to me, it's more like I just want to see the starting unit come out and be strong. There's no way Jokic takes this on his back. There's no way.
That's what I'm looking for too. It's not Murray, it's the starting lineup. I mean, it's crazy to think now Gordon has played half of his games in Denver without Murray. So I'm kind of excited to see them as a 5-man unit again. Yeah. Slept on. I think almost slept on because of, they went 3-1 without Murray, but hey, you give that whole other punch, man. This team is fun. We should move on now, guys, to the next news of the day. I believe it was Mike Singer at the Denver Post today that reported there was a couple players on the radar for the Denver Nuggets today. Austin Rivers, Troy Daniels, Gerald Green. Gerald Green last played in 2019 in the NBA, so it's been a minute. He was with Houston. He's a career 36% shooter, hyper athletic, a little longer the tooth now. I don't know what his age is. Does he interest you, Gerald Green?
That is the right noise.
Sure. I mean, he's not going to move the needle. And if it gets down to a point in a playoff series where the Nuggets are playing Gerald Green, that's probably not a good thing anyway. Sure, if Gerald Green wants to sign for the minimum and come ride the bench in Denver for the playoffs, sure, I feel like he'd have some good end of bench celebrations. I feel like he'd have some good energy, some good vibes to him.
He kind of reminds me of RJ Hampton.
Yeah. Like an old RJ.
Yeah. I mean, kind of like if RJ Hampton didn't really develop. I mean, very athletic.
Yeah.
Jokic, another athletic target. What do you think, Dev?
I mean, I think he's the best 9-fingered shooter of all time.
Yeah.
That already puts him. He's
in
the club.
Yeah, he's in the club.
But as far as he doesn't really bring any type of veteran leadership. He doesn't he can't take anybody under his wing. They're not going to play him much. I mean, he does provide.
If he takes anyone under his wing, somebody has to step in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But he doesn't provide much for the team. He has the 3-point shooting going, but he's not going to play enough minutes to get that in. So it doesn't really make sense to bring him in per se. The other players. We've already seen one of them with the Nuggets. So
that's what I was going to ask Eric. So Eric, you I think more than anyone form a bond emotionally with the players on the Nuggets roster.
Right.
How would you describe the bond you formed with Troy Daniels last year?
I would say we were virtually bondless.
Okay.
I had no feelings about Troy Daniels.
Really? None whatsoever?
No.
Oh, wow. What about, hold on. You any feelings for Troy Daniels? I mean,
I appreciated Troy Daniels' vlogging presence in the bubble. Big time vlogger.
That's right. And he gave Harrison the biggest wind chime of all with his meal.
Oh, yeah. He revealed to the world how terrible the food was on those first 2 nights of the bubble.
I think I actually do like Troy Daniels. Look, the guy that's coming in.
Dislike him.
But what I'm saying is I especially like Troy Daniels. The guy that's going to come in, to Dev's point, probably not going to play.
Yeah.
I don't know if they necessarily need Troy Daniels' shooting or anything like that, but is he going to be a guy that comes in and is a part and maybe augments it in some way? I think he would be. So I like Troy Daniels.
Troy Daniels is my favorite out of the three, honestly, out of Gerald Green, Austin Rivers, and Troy Daniels.
Really? He's my
much
favorite. Austin Rivers. I didn't. He's available.
The best basketball player.
Yeah, he was waived by the Thunder.
I don't understand. How are there always players available to be acquired, regardless of the time of year? I don't understand the.
I think Austin Rivers might be a guy that you're thinking of, a different Austin Rivers.
Well, I think he's the best basketball player out of these three.
Probably.
But I just think that he's gonna. It causes a rift because I feel like Malone would play him, and then everyone going to get upset who loves Facu because Austin Rivers is he's a bolt of energy. He's super fast. He just looks like he's playing hard all of the time, and he also just is he doesn't get attacked all the time, and he just brings a different change of pace. So I feel like if you bring him in, then it makes you question Monte minutes at times, and then also it is going to push Facu out of the lineup. And I think a lot of people don't want that, so I don't know if bringing him in is the best decision.
Yeah, I mean Austin Rivers, I feel like he's going to latch onto a team where he's going to play.
Maybe he was rumored to be going to the Bucks.
Right,
when
it's not like Austin Rivers is 33-year-old over the hill guy. I feel like he's still in his prime, looking for minutes, looking for.
I'm actually
money.
really surprised to find out I hadn't heard he got waived, and that it's confusing to me. I'm confused.
He's the best player of the three, like Dev said, but I think maybe the worst fit of the three.
He's also, I don't think as good of a player as you guys are saying. Like he was.
I don't think he's a good.
About guys that are on the scrappy.
Look, this is not like a huge, like a sharp curve we're grading on. It's Troy Daniels and Gerald Green.
It's so true. And we know Malone in particular. Guys get added to the team late. They don't see the floor.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
And I would be surprised. You got a super chat there, Kale?
Yeah, just a quick one. Minute restriction.
Is Monte on a minute restriction? Harrison?
I don't think they want to push him really, really hard, like 35 minutes. I would expect him to play around 30, maybe slightly under.
That's a lot of minutes, 30.
Yeah, that's around what he's been playing. What did he play the other night?
I don't think he should play more than 30, like even with everybody healthy.
Well, he had that really good game 2 games ago, and then he played only 19 minutes last night against Boston and didn't play that well. So I would say like 20 to 25 or so minutes. You know the free agent I do want the Nuggets to sign? Well, he's not a free agent. Nikola Jovic out of Serbia.
Of course, man.
Yeah, I'd be happy if Denver brought him aboard.
He's going to get drafted too high. I do like, oh no. Did we do this backwards again today?
I didn't do anything.
I think we did. Hold on, let's try to fix this. No, you have to take this one.
You got to go over. Yeah,
nope, we didn't.
Got to go under.
Hey, guys, we fixed it. Can you believe it?
Still broken. Should we unfix it now? What is going on here?
What is up, everybody?
Is that better? Is that the exact same as what it was?
Yeah, I mean, I have the
it's going to come out. There it is.
Yeah, what if I just hold it like this, like a delicate little flower?
We did it.
It's been pointed out in the chat, by the way, that apparently Davis Bertans also has 9 fingers.
Oh, wow, you were
Dev's
wrong.
claim about Gerald Green being the best 9-finger shooter. Not only a lie, dangerous.
What a shameful.
Now I'm more impressed with Davis.
It's so true.
Because I did not know that, and he's a hell of a shooter. Like,
if you had to lose one finger, which one would it be, Dev?
Whichever one they don't have. So the pinky.
Say what?
The pinky.
You feel like the pinky might be a stabilizer? It might be a little bit of a stabilizer there.
Yeah.
I think you might go ring. I feel like
I
feel like you could still.
You need the middle finger.
I would lose my ring finger, then I would go by the nickname the Shocker.
Jesus Christ.
He's the oldest member of DNVR.
Yeah, he's the one who should not be making
I would just be my nickname. You'd be like, "What's up, Shocker?"
The Shocker.
Silk the Shocker.
Wow. All right, moving along. I guess a hard pivot from there. I don't know if you guys have checked the standings. It feels a little early to start doing the standings thing, although when you look at it, let's just look out west. Utah, 13 losses. They are almost a lock. I'm calling it. They're a lock to finish first or second. They could fall to second with some bad things, but they're not going to fall below that. Phoenix, 15 losses. The Nuggets, 19 losses. That's 4 games behind them with 19 to go.
Yeah.
That's tough, man. That's tough. Denver pretty much has to run the table, I think, to catch Phoenix. Probably not going to catch them. The Clippers, the easiest schedule in the NBA over this final stretch. Now, one thing about the Clippers, they rest guys all the time. They're as good as they are. They could get to a point where they're like, hey, man, same thing with Millsap. 2 back-to-backs in 1 week. We're not going to play our studs. So maybe Denver could catch up to them just by virtue of that. But it's going to be tough, man. It's a long shot, even though Denver's only 1 game behind. The Lakers right there, the 5 seed. Portland, 2 games behind the Lakers. And then Dallas, 3 games, and losing right now. Looks like they're going to lose to Philadelphia, big fall 4 games. So Dallas not going to pack it. Looks like the Lakers are going to finish either 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th. Denver is going to finish either 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th. And by far, the most likely scenario is that the Nuggets will be either 4 or 5, and the Lakers will be either 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Is it starting to feel like the Lakers in the first round is inevitable, Harrison?
Well, based on what you just said, yes. I certainly hope not, though. That would be a huge drag to go against the team who, if they are healthy, they should be considered the championship favorites and probably will be in round 1. I think what Denver's got to do, though, is they've just got to keep pushing onward and upward. They've got to try to pass the Clippers, I think. They play the Clippers one more time this season. They get that game. They'll definitely have the tiebreaker. Maybe they can get to the 3. Malone actually said in the pregame that they want to keep pushing to get a top 4 seed and get home court advantage. So that's what I would expect them to do.
Yeah, playing the Lakers first round's a drag.
Right.
Playing them on the road is like...
Worst case scenario, Nuggets are the 5 and they're playing the Lakers on the road. If Denver's the 4 and the Lakers are the 5 and Nuggets have home court, that's a little easier to stomach. So I think they got to keep pushing.
I think they certainly have to keep pushing. And like Harrison said, you got to try to go after that 3 spot, because what you do know is that you won't have to play the Lakers. The Lakers won't go down to
They might.
6. That would be tough, but they also have to come back and then try to get back in the rhythm. So they're not going to take any games off. They're not going to slow down. They're going to be like in full let's get right mode. So you just have to assume that the Lakers are going to just keep pushing wherever they're at. It just seems like they're at a right spot that they're going to try to go for wins, and they're going to have wins with only 19 games left in the season. They're going to try to find some type of rhythm. You do not want to get them in that 4 or 5 slot, and if you do, you really have to go for that 4 spot and stay there, because you need some type of home court advantage. But Lakers in the first round does not sound fun at all.
It sounds terrible. Just like a bad time.
It sounds a little fun if we beat the Lakers in the first round and send them packing. That'd be amazing.
Is there an advantage, though, to taking them on in the first round as opposed to, say, catching them later?
Well, I think that really depends on when AD and LeBron come back. Like, if they haven't had much time to sort of like reestablish order on the team and start playing together, like maybe they're a little rusty, and you get that 1 or 2 game jump right off the bat, like that can immediately flip the series. Like,
assuming everybody's healthy, is there a bigger gap between the Lakers and Nuggets or the Nuggets and Blazers in terms of talent?
Nuggets and Blazers. I don't think the Blazers are that good, like, to be quite honest.
And you think Denver and Lakers are pretty close. So here's my point. If the Nuggets, would you rather be in the position where Nuggets Blazers was going to happen, but Jokic and Murray were both out and had been out for 5 weeks and won't be back for 2 more weeks, and then they'll play for 2-3 weeks and then be in the playoffs? Like, I'm just trying to put myself in the Lakers' shoes. Yes, they're so talented, those guys, and yes, they just won. They're the defending champs, but 3 weeks to get ready for a playoff run is really tough, and Denver is no joke.
I'm saying, the first year that LeBron was in LA, they missed the playoffs because he missed so much of the season. Came back, was unable to do really anything, and then the team never really got their stride again.
Yeah. I will say this: the Lakers, they will not. At least I don't think they will try to manipulate their seeding at all. They're going to play. This is just my opinion. I think they're going to be cool playing whoever. They're going to be confident going up against Denver if that's who they draw in the first round. They're going to be confident against anybody. They'll take who they get. Denver, as we've seen in these last 2 years, isn't afraid to try to manipulate their seeding a little. And the Nuggets have been very good at manipulating their seeding.
When you say that they're not afraid, you mean that they are. That's absolutely their plan. All the time.
Yeah, I guess so.
I like he spun it as a positive. They are not afraid to manipulate the seeding to avoid a team they are afraid of.
I've been on record. I've been a supporter of the manipulation.
You earn, if you are in the position where you're able to manipulate, and you do, like...
Sure, man. Nobody remembers any manipulation at the end of it.
Here's the thing. You either manipulate to get a road game against the Lakers or Clippers, or you fall all the way down to the 7 seed to get the Suns. Like, I just don't see Denver doing that. To this year, I don't think there's going to be a lot of manipulation, in large part because you have to, really take a dive to get a road matchup against the team you want. So
it's funny, man. As 24 hours ago, well, I guess even less than that, before the game started, I didn't think we'd ever lose another basketball game. And then the question of, can we catch the Jazz was yes, of course. And now everything's in flux. We lose one game, our whole world is turned upside down. It's cold out
just
today.
Look at the standings.
Just lose one quarter, really.
The top 4 seeds in the West are all 8-2 in their last 10.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, everybody's winning. But also, just to go back to the Lakers real fast, you have to kind of assume that the Lakers are just kind of ready for their playoff push, though. I think LeBron could have came back before. He sees that Anthony Davis is not playing. He's like, well, let's both rest, and then we'll just make a push. I think that has to be the conversation, because if we know if there's anybody in the league, it's LeBron, who, knows, the window is so small, and he wants to, capitalize on that. So I think that he goes in I don't want to take on the load myself and further get hurt. So what do I have to do? And I think that he sits back with Anthony Davis not healthy, and he's like, when you come back, now we're going after it. It's full throttle, basically an early playoff push once we get back. So we know that they're going to go all out when they do come back and try to find those rhythms, because Anthony Davis and LeBron are like creatures of habit. So they are going to try to get into their zone really fast.
I think the Nuggets need to mentally prepare right now for the Lakers in the first round. I honestly think there's just something to say, hey, this is what's happening.
What does that involve? What is mentally preparing for the Lakers look
accepting, just like right now, being like, all right, Lakers Nuggets starts in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Everything we do is a preamble to that because I just don't. I think it's
ready,
Wake
man.
up
Let's
at night,
go.
Wake up at night, do push-ups, like Taylor Horton.
I'm saying, yeah, it's like Rocky.
Tucker.
Rocky, in the snow with the barn. It's just like that, man.
Yeah, it's like I gotta put on some fresher fits than Kyle Kuzma over these next 4 weeks.
It's like stretching out.
I gotta
Alex
outfit him.
Caruso.
No fits.
Alex
This
Caruso.
is fits thing.
Kyle Kuzma.
All right. Well, it's inevitable. We'll just wait for it to happen. But you know what? What do we say? You always have to go through the belly of the beast. It looks like Denver's going to have to really stare down that
We've never said that.
barrel of that pistol. Go for it. We do
The
say
belly
it.
of the beast.
The belly of the beast. This is a saying.
I think if you're already
It is,
staring
but
down the
not-
belly of the beast, you're already cooked. Like you're done at that.
Well,
point.
to
If
stare
you're
down
looking into the belly.
You have to look into the
You've
belly.
already
You have to
been-
go.
yeah,
in-
you're
you have
already
to go
inside
You have
the
to go
belly
into
if
the
you're
belly of
looking
the
you
into
have
the
to
belly.
go into the belly of the beast.
and then come
cut
out.
your way out. The belly quarter. All right, guys. Let's make some money, shall we?
Can I tell
we
you
make some
how
money?
good the Denver Nuggets are and how enjoyable they are?
Yes.
Brendan Vogt took the night off. Can't stay away. He's still here.
He's still here.
going to watch the game with us. He's the best.
All right, Dev. Eric, he was so bad at this that DraftKings took away the Nuggets.
They're
lines.
scared of Dev right now.
That's how bad Eric was at this. Or good, actually. Wait, that's how good he
With the
was.
age, bro.
They're scared of Dev's hot
by the way, I won all my
Actually,
bets.
actually, they just brought back the props.
They brought it back.
Oh,
We back,
got the
baby.
props.
We
We
back.
got
the
All right,
props.
start with the line.
All right, so the line right now is Nuggets are favored by 5.5, which I usually stay away from, like the lines. But I like you guys said, I don't think that Warriors team is really that good.
I think they're bad.
Yeah, I do think that Curry is like a phenomenal player, and he'll be like ready to play. I think that there's an odds boost for Curry to like hit 5 3-pointers in the game.
Okay.
It's on television. It's Steph Curry.
It is
just
on
go
TV.
ahead and just take it. Just take it. He's
All
gonna
right, I
hit
just
his
took it.
5
I took a unit on it.
just take it.
All
but
right.
also, I do think that this is a
You
game.
said don't
that
take it, Eric?
I don't like it.
but I think this is a game that the Nuggets winning. So 5.5 is good. Now we go over to the props,
Okay.
which they did not have up. It also looks like they do not have Nuggets players.
They don't have Nuggets players again.
and we already know what I specialize in.
Okay. All right. Where are we going? Where are we going?
I was
The haters corner over here. Who are we going? What Warriors player really stands out to you?
The Warriors player that stands out to me is points, rebounds, assist.
DraftKings, what are you doing
For
this?
Draymond Green, 23.5.
You think so?
I do think so.
I think, man.
I do think so. I just
Dev,
think
I'm
that-
really trusting you on this
I do
one.
think that they're going to try to make it a point to like go after. Like I really think that it's going to be an Andrew Wiggins game just
Oh
because
my
nobody
God.
takes him serious, scoring wise.
Yeah.
I do think that Draymond's going to be the one that's assisting and also rebounding really well. I think he takes like pride into like showing like guys are not what they think they are. So he's going to try to go at Aaron Gordon a little bit harder or try to set him up into more passes. I think that this would be a high assist game for Draymond. But 8.5 is what his line is. I think he gets the 8.5. I'm not going to bet it though. So 23.5 is what I'm going to go with. Draymond's point, rebounds, and assists.
Can
Okay.
I tell you, people out there, if you want to win money and not feel dirty, like when you get the money, you have to shower because you won it off the back of Draymond Green, bet quarters for the Nuggets.
All right, let's go
First quarter.
quarters. We're
First
going
quarter
quarters,
for the
babies.
Nuggets.
What are we going? First quarter.
Nuggets.
You got alternate spreads. What do you want?
Well, I think I might just play her safe because
1.5 first quarter. You know what? I actually like that.
Hold on real
line.
fast. There's a -2. It's 105. So it's basically even odds. -2 for Nuggets.
-2 alternate spread.
Yes.
I like it. I like it a lot. I
All
think
right.
Nuggets smack them in the first quarter. I think Nuggets smack them.
This feels like a bounce back game, right?
Man, it is 6 game in 9 days.
Yeah.
But that's more of the
fatigue.
end
the
of
first,
the quarter.
but the first quarter that's a locker room.
You know what? I'm going hard here.
Me
going
too.
hard to the paint. Going
Let's
a double
go.
unit, baby, on that
We're
first
throwing
quarter.
bows, baby.
I like that first quarter. Fourth quarter might get a little sticky. I don't know.
I'm not even going anywhere near the fourth quarter. The third quarter, no, thank you.
Jamal
sir.
Murray's out. There is another bet out there. It's an odds boost. Every time I move mine, it hits you in the face. It's actually hilarious.
It's this is the duality of Mike.
Mike.
No, Mike.
So anyway, that's that. There is an odds boost. Plus 150 for the either team to score first.
Right.
Which, this is what they're saying. It's a 50-50 odds, but they're giving you 75-25 odds.
The Nuggets
They're
are
giving you
the
a little-
favorite in that
they're
before
get-
the odds boost, and then the odds boost evens it up.
So I'm saying that now you can
All
make
right,
this
let's
bet.
do it. Let's. I'm in.
You can't you can't say no to that. You have
Where is
to
it?
say
It's
yes.
under.
It's
game
called
props?
math, Eric.
It is called math. It is called math. Odds boost. I'm going to take the Denver Nuggets to score first. First team to score. Let's freaking go. I'm going to bet it at a reasonable 1 unit. Odds boosted.
Expensive unit.
1 unit.
I think I need to get.
All right, that's it for today, you guys. Unfortunately, you're going to have to hang around and watch Dallas 76ers. There's like 8 minutes to go left in that one.
Ugh.
Bummer. Oh, it's going to be gouge your eyes out. But we're going to be back here right after the game for the post-game show. Hopefully it's a winner's lounge. See you, everybody. Hit the like button.
Like us.